Welcome to the Weekday Report for Wednesday, April 16th. I'm Joe Potente. Here's a brief look at the news. Kenosha police have identified the 20-year-old man who died after a shooting and car crash late Monday. Anthony M. Edwards died of an apparent single gunshot wound. He had been shot about 10:30 Monday night in the 5800 block of 11th Avenue. He drove away from the scene before crashing his car into the front porch of a house at 6504 Sheridan Road. Two men were arrested shortly after the incident. At least one of them is expected to be in court today. Check back at KENOSHA'S.com and see Thursday's Kenosha News for updates. The woman police say placed cameras in the RecPlex women's locker room has been charged with 11 felonies. 27-year-old Melissa Wenkebach of Pleasant Prairie could serve as much as 18 months in prison for each charge of which she's convicted. The cameras were discovered by another patron on April 7th. Wenkebach told police she had placed cameras in the locker room 40 to 50 times since January at the request of her co-worker, Carl Lant. Lant is charged with the same 11 counts of conspiring to capture an image of nudity. The start of spring didn't mark the end of snowfall, as the Kenosha area received its record 39th day of measurable snow on Monday. Kenosha's previous record was 34 days of snow during the winter of 1961-62. Milwaukee tied its record with 52 days of snow this season, while Madison turned in its fourth highest total with 48 days of measurable snowfall. Temperatures for April have been just below normal, with highs in the 40s and 50s expected through the end of this week. With the frost level now down to 36 inches, the Kenosha Water Utility is advising it's okay for affected customers to shut off their water. The utility had advised about 1,000 customers who had experienced service freezes during the harsh winter to keep water running until further notice. Ed St. Peter, the utility's general manager, reversed that order this morning. Amazon.com received another state tax credit recently for its new distribution center being built at I-94 and Highway 142. The online retail giant was offered $3.3 million in further credits after deciding to build an additional 500,000 square foot building as part of its distribution center complex on the far northwest side. Amazon has already been awarded $22 million in tax incremental financing from the city, bringing the company's total financial incentive to $32 million. The facility could open this fall. Tremper prevailed in a chilly crosstown soccer matchup Tuesday night. Jeremy Reeves has the story.
Tremper tallied 2 goals in less than a minute midway through the second half in its 2-1 Southeast Conference victory over Indian Trail on Tuesday night at Amici Field. Tremper's Jen Wendling scored in the 63rd minute to tie it at 1-1. And 39 seconds later, Brooks Monroe scored with an assist from Amber Garcia to give the Trojans the lead to stay. Sarah Amburn's goal in the 27th minute gave Indian Trail a 1-0 advantage. Jeremy Reeves, Kenosha News.
What's trending today? The new Kenosha City Council was sworn into office with 5 new members Tuesday night. What do you think should be the council's top priorities for the next 2 years? Tell us on our Facebook page. Up next is Mike Larson with the Sports Take.
The WIAA holds a historic vote today. On the table is the addition of an enrollment multiplier of 1.65 for private school members. If it passes, every student enrolled at a private school would count as 1.65 students when calculating its enrollment for divisional placement in the WIAA postseason. The impact on Shoreland Lutheran, St. Joseph, and Christian Life would be an across-the-board jump in division for the playoffs. The impetus for putting the multiplier to a vote came from the rural areas in the southwest and northwest parts of the state. The amendment can be interpreted as an attack on southeast Wisconsin and its dense population. If a multiplier passes, we will enter a long window of unrest within the WIAA. Anytime an organization sets a different set of rules for 13% of its membership, trouble is soon to follow. I'm Mike Larson, and this has been a Sports Take.
Thanks, Mike. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. Deneen Smith is looking into how Kenosha area schools are handling the growing popularity of e-cigarettes. And Bill Guida is checking into how the county and local municipalities are dealing with replenishing their road salt supplies after the long winter. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check KENOSHA'S.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Joe Potente with the Weekday Report.